Hello and welcome to the Anxious Knitter podcast. My name is Joy and I'm the Anxious Knitter. I'm so anxious that one time I was having anxiety that I was going to run out of things to tell you that I was anxious about, and then my mother said, "Don't worry, Joy, you won't." Now that's what I call a vote of confidence. Welcome back for episode 16. Like I said, my name is Joy and I'm coming to you from Waterloo, Ontario, Canada, where I live with my husband Luke and our dog Opie, who's very begrudgingly staying with me. This is a podcast mostly about knitting, crochet, and occasionally sewing, and whatever other crafty thing catches my fancy at the moment. Yeah, he's already had enough. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. And if you are brand new, just stumbling on my little corner of the internet, welcome. And I hope you find something that you like. Whether you have been here since the beginning or you're just strolling in now, I'm really happy that you're here. And yeah, it means a lot to me that you guys come back every week. So yeah, hope you all have had a good week. I've had an eventful week. I've had, I don't know if you can tell, but I am a little sick again. I don't know why this keeps happening to me because I usually don't get sick ever. And then now all of a sudden I'm getting sick all the time, but whatever. I am actually going to try and not prattle on for too long today. I mean, I feel like I say that a lot and then I end up going for like almost an hour, but I can absolutely guarantee my voice is going to devolve over the course of this podcast, but I will try to get through everything. So, yeah. Yeah, let's get started. Let's just dive in to the dweeb story and then we'll go from there. All right? So, get ready cuz here's your dweeb story of the week. Yeah, okay. I have one this week. I actually did have one last week, but I forgot it until, of course, after I'd finished recording and editing, but that's okay. If I don't go on for too long today on this one, maybe I will give you a bonus dweeb story. But anyway, my dweeb story of the week has to do with Peter Rabbit, which is the play that I was in this past weekend at a local farm. And yeah, so we performed Saturday and Sunday. We had rehearsals Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. No, Thursday and Friday, sorry. No, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. No Tuesday. Okay. It's alright, guys. I'm gonna get through it. So, I was fine up until Friday night. No. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was fine up until Thursday night. And then I got home and I was feeling like my throat was hurting. I was like, oh, maybe I just wasn't using my voice properly and I just need to rest my voice. So I think I had like a tea and then went to bed. Woke up in the middle of the night because my throat was hurting so badly. It was like keeping me awake. So I ended up getting like a mini flu bug right before the show. So I actually had to miss our last dress rehearsal, which I have never missed a dress rehearsal. I've never missed anything that has to do with a production week. Like, when I say I've never missed, I mean, when I was 17, maybe 18 at this point, I think it was 18. When I was 18, I literally went to my grandmother's cremation at a funeral chapel and then directly went to a dress tech for a show that I was working on. So I don't miss things, and I wasn't gonna miss this one. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just go, I'll just watch, and that, like, I can at least say my lines. I don't have to do all the physical acting. But, like, my director was like, no, you should stay home and get better because it's gonna be a long weekend. So I missed, and that was causing me a lot of anxiety, but that is not the dweeb story. The dweeb story is on the following Saturday morning performance, okay? I arrived on Saturday morning feeling not great, but at least like my skin wasn't hurting anymore and like my knuckles weren't hurting and my head didn't feel like it was gonna absolutely like just explode in the middle of like a scene or whatever, but but my throat was hurting, but I was like, it's okay, I'll just stay hydrated. So, first things first. As soon as I set foot on stage in my first scene, my eyes and my nose are streaming, okay? And I also have really bad allergies, and I have asthma, so, like, it was really just a trifecta of this is probably not going to end well. Everything was fine. I mean, I was trying to, like, surreptitiously find ways to wipe my eyes, but, then the audience participation part came, which is where I go into the audience to hand stuff, like herbs, to, like, children in the front row. And I think I laughed or something, and I snotted right out of my nose. It was disgusting. I was like 4 feet away from someone's face. And you know what? I couldn't wipe it because then I'd have this like nasty thing of snot all down my costume for the rest of the show. So what do you do in that situation? You suck it back in. I'm really sorry if that grossed you out. Oh my gosh. It was disgusting. I felt so bad. I was like, I really hope nobody saw this, but I really don't know how anybody didn't see this. Like, I just snot out, snot back in. And it was so gross. I think, oh my god, every performance that weekend, we had 4 performances, I think I blew my nose like 50 times. Like, I'd be blowing my nose, like, right up until, like, the second before I had to go on stage, and then I'd do my scene, and then I'd exit, and then I'd, like, blow my nose, and then I'd run back on, and then I'd run back off and blow my nose, and then, like, literally the entire thing, the entire show was that just me blowing my nose constantly. It was disgusting. Yeah. And I guess I will give you the bonus dweeb story because, why not? I don't care when people laugh at my misfortune. But anyway, this is not that bad. So after one of the rehearsals, I walked to my parents' house because they live just, like, around the corner from the farm. I think I've mentioned that before, but whatever. So after the rehearsal, I was walking to my parents, and there's a really busy road between, like, that you cross to leave the farm. And I had called Luke because I was like, oh, I'm heading over to my parents now, so you can come and get me in, like, half an hour, and whatever. So I was talking to him, and I had accidentally put him on speakerphone, and didn't realize it, and I was about to cross the road, and I said, pray for me that I don't get hit by a car, as I was trotting across the road, but my cheek hit the mute button right after I said that, and all I hear is Luke going, Joy, are you okay? Joy, what's going on? Joy, where are you? And I'm like, what? It's fine, I'm just crossing the road, I was joking, and he's like, Joy, and then I look at my phone and I realize it's on mute, and he thought that I probably died, so, whoops. Be careful when you're running across the street and you're on the phone. Probably don't do that. Actually, and in hindsight, probably not the best choice I could have made. I could have just called him after I crossed the street, but I did not do that, and that was dumb. So, yeah. Those were my dweeb stories, I guess, guys. Hope you enjoyed them. And I hope that didn't, like, disgust you too much. Yeah, so why don't we get into some yarny, knitty stuff? Yeah, I think we should do that. I have a very brief Hear ye segment today, and it's really just a recap. So, I know I said that the promo video was going to come out for the Drop Spindle Along between Taylor of Wool Needles Hands, Katie of the Aeronauts podcast, and myself, but due to unforeseen circumstances, like Taylor's son having a tummy bug, the promo video has been delayed, but it is coming, and I think it's going to be really fun, and really exciting, and that's why I will not have any spinning still to show you, because I'm waiting, I'm being good, and I'm waiting. And then the other thing, was about the West knits versus brioche along, and here's my thinking, because I've gotten quite a few people saying that they really like the idea of a West knit along, and also a number of people telling me that they would like the, okay, sorry. My hair only does this when I'm recording. It doesn't do this regularly. At least I don't think it does. If it does, it's really embarrassing. Anyway, and there were a lot of people saying that they also really liked the idea of a brioche along. And I don't want to, like, exclude people, so I'm thinking maybe this is a way that I can make everybody happy, is I'll do, like, sort of, like, 2 knit-alongs kind of running concurrently. So what I'll do, I'm thinking, is we'll have, like, a West Knits knit-along. You can knit whatever West Knits project that you would like. And then I will run a brioche along, but instead of it being like you have to finish a brioche project, it'll be like I will draw from the chatter thread. So it's really just a way to, if you've been wanting to try brioche and you've been too afraid, and this is sort of a low pressure way to get into brioche. Like, you don't even have to necessarily finish the project. You just have to, like, try and, like, chat about it, and, we can help each other and stuff like that. And then, of course, you can double dip if you're doing a Stephen West pattern that has brioche. So this is what I'm thinking, just because I don't want to, I don't know, I don't want to run 2 completely formal knit-alongs right at the same time, but I want everybody to kind of be able to participate. And I know brioche can be really intimidating, so to, like, have to commit to knitting a whole brioche project for some people might not be feasible, just because of, life. Maybe you don't have a lot of time to just sit down and, like, knit without any outside distractions. So those are my thoughts for that. And I feel like that will probably happen closer to July, August. But yeah, okay. So that's it for announcements, I think. Yeah. So let's go right into finished objects. Yes. I have a hoe and a foe for you. I was hoping to have 2 hoes for you, but I did not finish that, as my hand started hurting when I was working on my one sock. But I did finish the first of my Bates Motel socks for my dad. The new ones. The replacement ones. So, here it is. Yes, I have completed it. I did have him try it on, and I feel like it is still just a tad too small, so I'll probably knit the second one a little longer, just for, like, what's the word, like research sake, I guess, so that I know, okay, ow, my elbow really hurts, ow, what is happening to me today? I'm falling apart. But yeah, I'm very excited that this is finally done, and then I've cast on the second one. This is, of course, Legacy Fiber Arts in the Mother's Home colorway on their Cozy Toes base, so that's their MCN. And the heels and toes are Indigo Dragonflies 80/20 Merino Nylon in the Delectable Yellow Dollop colorway. I had so much extra left over after my Pure Joy, and I thought it looked really cute, and I was just in the mood for contrasting heels and toes. I feel like that mood is ending now, but whatever. Ribbed sock, 3x1 rib. I did a really short cuff on this one, to only 12 rounds, because I figured the whole sock is essentially a ribbed cuff, so probably don't need to do 20 rounds. And I did do this measuring in inches rather than counting all my rows, which I do prefer and will be doing going forward. So that was good to know. Fish Lips Kiss Heel, as per usual. Nothing terribly exciting to be seen here, but I do really like how this yarn knitted up. I think it's cute. I'm excited to knit my own, although that probably won't happen until fall. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even bring the bag in with the other one. I've only just done like 3 or 4 rows of the cuff of the second sock, so there's nothing to show. And I really think that because I did heels and toes, oh my gosh, that dog. Because I did heels and toes, I'll have plenty to do a complete pair of socks without having to unravel that first vanilla sock that I knit. That is still just hanging out here because I don't know what to do with it. So yeah, that's my hoe. And oh, and I knit that on 2.25 millimeter Chow Goose. And yeah, I knit all my socks in 2.25 millimeter. It's the only sock needles I have, and I like it, so why not? And many of you may have seen that I finished my Exordium shawl by Rebecca Picot. So I posted a picture on Instagram. Okay, that photograph, it's pretty. I like the photo. It's just funny because like you don't see the like 40 or 50 other pictures that I took where I look like a complete dingus, but whatever. And I still feel like a dingus in the picture even though it turned out nice, but whatevs. Anyway, here it is, and all it is glory. All it is glory. That is not the correct. It's funny because I did not black this shawl. I did not block this shawl aggressively at all, but it grew just from soaking quite a lot. And I love how these colors turned out together. Here's nope, there you go. Close up of the lace. The blue is Julie Aslin in her Lizu colorway. No, Lizu fingering in the Speckle 2 colorway, and the pink and yellow is Manos del Uruguay Alegria in, I believe, the Kaibo colorway. And I've been wearing this shawl quite a bit since I finished it, because, I don't know, I just really liked it. Like, I don't know, it just turned out really nice. Here, now you can see a bit better. And one of the things I really like about the shape, because I've knit like 3 or 4 asymmetrical triangular shawls at this point, but what I really like is how deep this one is. Like, sometimes with an asymmetrical triangle, it can get a little bit like skinny and like awkward, but like this is just, I don't know. Can you imagine doing this in a really graphic color combo? Like, it would be so impactful. But yeah, it's much too hot to wear this today. It suddenly became summer. It's like 30 plus degrees Celsius. But yeah, I really enjoyed knitting this. I was like, oh man, I hope this isn't one of those things where like I really enjoy knitting it but then don't enjoy wearing it. Like, you know, just because of the shape or whatever. But nope, that is not the case. I really like this. And yes, there it is. I really, really love this. And I ended up with, I think, 34 grams left. So I can use that for heels, toes, and cuffs for another pair of socks. I love that. Yeah. You guys have heard me talk about this a million times. I loved knitting this. And it's so soft. And it got so drapey when I soaked it. I don't know if that's just... I don't know if it's because of the silk in the blue yarn or what, but yeah, I'm very pleased. I'm going to put it on, and then we'll see how long I last before I start sweating to death. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to... Whoa. Okay. All right. So, those are all my finished objects. I'm very pleased to have this off the needles and able to be worn. And, yeah. So, why don't we talk about works in progress. Yes. Okay. I only have 2 works in progress right now because I've been really good and I didn't immediately cast on something new. After finishing this. Let's start with my Devil Snare socks, which is a free pattern by Erica Luter, Harry Potter pattern. These are my May socks for the Grocery Girls Sock Bash. I'm calling them my Professor Sprout's Spring Garden socks. Sorry, I've just got... Wow! Okay. So as you can see, I have knit the leg, the heel, the foot, and I am just into the toe now. Yeah, I really have enjoyed knitting this, but I will not lie, I'm feeling a little bit of second sock syndrome just because of the pattern being a 10-row repeat. It's like I just wish that it was something like the Mercury sock where I had been able to memorize it and I didn't have to constantly have the pattern with me, because I can't take this with me places because it's too intensive for my brain. Like, it's not like it's hard lace, it's just I can't remember all 10 rows. But here you go. Here's a shot of it. I'm doing a different toe. I'm doing, like, I think it's like a standard wedge toe, but I've always done a rounded toe. But the pattern had instructions for the wedge toe, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna knit it. I'm just gonna see what happens. If I like it better, maybe. So the main color of the sock is Knitter Scarlet in her Peach Pie colorway. It is, I think, a 75-25, but I could be wrong. Hold on. Oh, it doesn't say. It's like it's a wool nylon blend. I would liken it to knitting kind of like with a slightly nicer Reggio. It's just like, you know that this sock is gonna wear well. And the green is Lichen and Lace in the Seagrass colorway. I did 1x1 rib. I think I only did 12 rows again because I just wasn't feeling knitting a long cuff, and I didn't know. I just wanted to make sure that I had enough of the green, because I like to knit, when I do a contrasting toe, I like to start the toe a little earlier. Now, I wish that I had done a few rows of stockinette, plain stockinette, after the last repeat before I went into the green, but I was a dum-dum and I didn't. So it's kind of like abrupt, I feel. But, I mean, what you gonna do? It's fine. There's socks. But yeah, so I'm so close. This will definitely be a hoe by next time, and if it isn't, then honestly I'm gonna be ashamed of myself, because there's no excuse to not have this finished. I'll probably finish it today, actually. And yeah, it is way too warm in here, and this room is a sauna. Sorry, I just left. Okay, so Devil Snare sock. I would recommend the pattern if you're a Harry Potter fan. I wouldn't say that it's as addicting a sock as like the Hermione's Everyday sock, but it's pretty and it's Harry Potter related, and how can I complain? Okay, so probably my more exciting work in progress, just because of the fact that I knit socks all the time. I've since transferred my Sizzle Pop by Leslie Ann Robinson into my Fox bag since the Exordium Hall has vacated the premises. I have made quite a bit of progress on the Sizzle Pop. You will see there's many lifelines hanging off of this thing. Yay! Look at it. So I think I didn't put the progress keeper on when I actually continued knitting after the last episode, so I had to go back to my last episode and just kind of make a best guess as to where I was, but I didn't really actually realize I had made that much progress. I believe I had completed 2 repeats and then ripped out half of the third one, or more than half of the third one, at the last episode, and I'm now into my 5th repeat. Let me check. Hold on, I have it written down. Yeah, I'm like just over halfway through the 5th repeat. The yarn is gorgeous, and I love working with both of them. The main color is Yarn Indulgences in the Cranberry Satin colorway, which I believe is one of a kind, 100% superwash merino. And then the other color is Meadowcroft Dye Works Yarn Rehab in the Rock Shelter base, which I think is also 100% merino, in the Porch Pile colorway, which is absolutely gorgeous. Holy macaroni, okay? Both of them are so pretty together. I absolutely love this. I love how it's knitting up. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I am on the brioche train. Chugga chugga choo choo. I'm not getting off anytime soon. I'm so pleased with it. And I'm really excited because I have now reached the point where I don't have to have that Sosu Knits video, which I forgot to link in the episode 15 show notes, and I will go and add that as soon as I remember to do that. But I've memorized all of the decreases and increases. Oh, whoops, I should close my Facebook so that you don't have to hear that. Okay. So professional, Joy. Well done. Yeah, and so it's going a lot faster now that I don't have to keep stopping, like, especially if I'm watching or listening to something, I don't have to keep stopping stuff. My friend and I are going out today, and she is panic texting me about, what she should wear because it's so hot and we were not prepared. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, I love it. I can't wait for it to be done, but I am actually enjoying the process. It is a lot less stressful than when I knit my squishy shawl, which is obviously my first attempt at brioche. And I haven't, knock on wood, had to rip out anything, but I'm still being very careful. I put a lifeline in halfway through every repeat so that I will only lose the max a half a repeat if I have to rip out. It's just, oh, it's so squishy. I really understand the obsession with brioche now. I'm knitting these on 3.25 millimeters, which is slightly smaller than what the pattern calls for, but that was only because I didn't have a 3.5 millimeter needle, and I didn't care that much, so I think it'll open up quite a bit with blocking anyway. There's something else I wanted to talk about with the brioche, I thought. I also just wanted to show you, this is how it would be worn. Like, the direction of the pattern. This is gonna get so much wear. I can already tell it is, oh god. If you are hesitant about the brioche and you want to knit a sizzle pop, I really think you can do it. Okay? If, like, there's no other brioche pattern that you think, like, you want as much, go for it, I would say. Like, practice knitting a swatch. Like, she does include instructions for a swatch for this particular pattern, which is really nice, so you can at least get the hang of it without the pressure of it being the actual shawl, or just practice like a basic swatch of just straight back and forth, because the increases and decreases are actually not that hard once you kind of get your head around them. And you shouldn't be deprived of a sizzle pop shawl if that's what you want. And that goes for, I think, any of her patterns. Like, they're really well written. So, and there's lots of tutorials and stuff on the internet that are really good. So, I think if you want a sizzle pop shawl, you should cast one on. And you should just go for it. And yes, there may be tears and much frustration. But I feel in my soul that it would be worth it when you have that beautiful shawl wrapped around your neck. Yeah, I've actually, been really enjoying working on it. And I think that's maybe why I haven't cast on anything else, is just because I have been enjoying this so much. And both of the other shawls I think that I want to knit, which I will talk about, which obviously the exploration station, but there is another one that I want to use. Sorry, oh my god, it's so gross. I'm so sorry that you have to hear that. I don't even notice myself doing it. But if you... Yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. We're just gonna move on. Because I could probably just and ha and who blah 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 all day. So, that's it for works in progress. Let's move on to stuff I bought for knitting. I did acquire something. Two things. I got a Etsy gift card from my brother, my older brother, and his wife for my birthday, so naturally I bought yarn with it. I spent many days with many tabs open, sending many pictures of yarn to Luke and to my mother, going, I don't know what to get, but in the end I feel really good about what I chose. Ew, know, even my dog is sneezing and snotty. So, I ended up ordering from this company, which probably a lot of you have heard because they have a gorgeous Instagram account called Knit Cosmic Strings. And here's their card. There you go. They're based out of Edinburgh, which I was really excited about because obviously when I was in Edinburgh 5 years ago, I didn't buy yarn because I wasn't a knitter. And now I have Edinburgh yarn. So anyway, you're probably going to look at these colors initially and be like, why did you pick those ones though? Because Knit Cosmic Strings have like incredible variegated and speckled colorways, and I didn't get any of their beautiful colorful ones. I got neutrals. Yes, I did. And I love them. And I will explain to you why I picked these in a moment. So, both of them are on 100% merino singles, 100 grams, 400 yards. This is the Sandstone colorway, which is a really lovely, like, warm taupe with dark brown speckles, which I really love. And the other one I got is also single ply and is in the Ghost colorway, which I'm also like obsessed with. So you can see it's got brown and black and gray speckles. It's this lovely soft beige. Now, I am very attracted to the name Ghost because I'm obsessed with ghosts. But Luke and I, a little while ago, we watched a movie called The Light Between Oceans, which I have mixed feelings about the actual movie and the plot, but the first thing I noticed watching it was how beautiful the colors were and how Alicia Vikander's character was always wearing creams and beige and like browns and grays, and it just looked so soft and like romantic and timeless. And I have lots of colorful yarn, but I have no actual like neutral colors really. And I was like, I really want to knit a shawl that is just soft neutrals. And so I spent a lot of time going back and forth, and these were the two I picked. Now, I had picked these to knit the Guernsey Triangle by Jared Flood, but then guys, I had a brainwave. Do you remember this? It was going to go in my exploration station, Zen Yarn Garden, in the charcoal colorway. Okay. So these three are going to become a snow melt shawl by Helen Stewart. And I can't wait because I think it's going to be so soft and subtle and lacy and Victorian and timeless, and it'll be like, in my head, I'm just picturing it, you know, as long as I don't like fail miserably at it, but like, I just feel like it's going to be something that will be like an heirloom piece, because that shawl is stunning. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is so feminine. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be feminine, but anyway. But I just think in these like three soft brown gray tones, I think it's just gonna be so pretty. So that's also something that's gonna get cast on at some point. Yeah, and this came so fast and really reasonable shipping. It is kind of crazy to me that I can get yarn shipped to me from Scotland or Germany or Finland or England for considerably less money than to have something shipped to me from somewhere in my own country. Isn't that sad? But it arrived really fast. Here's their tag, which is cute. It came in a little like mesh bag, which was cool. I've never had that before. It was cute packaging. But yeah, I'm very, very excited about this, and I just love that this is called Ghost. And you should go and check out Knit Cosmic Strings on Etsy because they have gorgeous yarns and so many different colors, and it's amazing. So that's the stuff that I bought for knitting. And which means I have another exciting installment of Happy Mail. Yes, Happy Mail. Okay, I received a very, very special package in the mail from the lovely Debbie of the Loving Path yarn. She had offered to send me a little something and something for a giveaway, which was really exciting because I have mentioned that I want to do an end of season, like an end of my season giveaway. So I'm going to show you that first because I have it right here. And Debbie, so good. So I will leave it in the package, obviously. This is her Willy Wonka colorway. And I actually thought this was really fitting because I'm doing this giveaway to celebrate the end of my theater season, and I have directed the show Willy Wonka, and I have assistant directed another version of it way back, like 10 years ago. Oh my god. Also, just like, can we just take a second to look how classy that logo is? Yes, and it comes with a little stitch marker made by her friend, and it's really dainty and beautiful. And okay, actually no, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take it out so you can like see everything because it is really, really pretty yarn. Okay, yes, now you can see the color in all its glory. So you have these gorgeous tones of purple and lavender and gray, but then you have these like hits of like neon green, which I think is so fun. And here's the stitch marker. Oh, it's so glittery. Look at that. Oh, wow. And this is her 80-20 merino nylon. You get 394 yards and 115 grams. And as you can see, it is very like plump. So I think these will make such comfy socks if that's what you decide to use it for, or like really nice hat. So I'm going to give that away at the end, in the middle of June probably, along with a pattern that had been donated to me by Kath of Knitter Scarlet, her vanilla socks with a twist. So you will get, whenever this happens, you will get that pattern and this yarn. So that's exciting. And oh, did I mention she's a Canadian dyer? She's actually quite close to me. Oop, something just got into my eyeball. God, I am just suffering. Okay. Anyway. She's from Canada, and she's actually quite close to me. Yeah. Debbie, if you're ever in my neck of the woods, hit me up, girl. I'll go out for coffee with you. I'd love to talk yarn and knitting and everything. Okay. But she also sent me a little something, which was so nice. And I won't lie to you, I got emotional when I read her a lovely, lovely, lovely note. And yeah, so this was a colorway that I had picked myself, and it is everything. Oh my gosh, look at it. It's called Mystical. This is a discontinued base. It's a 75-25, 462 yards for 100 grams. It's so soft and so squishy, and this is probably like almost 100% going to become my replacement Martine hat, because I lost my Martine hat that I knit out of Madeline Tosh. But I think this is going to be a gorgeous hat. And I just keep looking at it because look at all those tones. Like, oh my gosh. Look at them all. It's just, it is mystical. It looks like a magical forest, but it's yarn. Amazing. And then she also included this cute little knitting badge, which is so cute. She'll probably go on a project bag. So like, as if that wasn't enough, Debbie dyed a second skein just for me, as a total surprise, and she called it Joy because, okay, hold on, I'll explain it to you in a second. So here it is. So we got this like amazing rich navy blue and these like pinks and reds with the speckles and like the bits of white, which as she pointed out, we were messaging, it looked just like my outfit from the last episode. And it does! So it was so sweet to like get this and have somebody think to do that for me. I couldn't believe it. And then she also included one of those little sparkly stitch markers and this sweet owl button. Oh, there we go. A wooden owl button, which I think I'm going to put on the hat that I knit with the green yarn. I was just absolutely floored. Like, oh, my heart. My heart. Okay. It hurts in the best way. Yeah, so these have come to live with me. I think this is probably going to get cast on fairly soon. This I'm going to hold on to because I'm not ready to knit it yet. I just want to enjoy looking at it for a little bit longer. Yeah, so I forgot to explain. She chose the colors because navy, because I wear a lot of navy, and the pinks and the reds because of my lipstick. And guys, I love lipstick. I have too much lipstick. Actually, no, there's no such thing as too much lipstick. But yeah, that was incredible. And if that wasn't enough, she also included a coupon code for all of you guys. Oh my gosh, you guys just getting coupon codes? Coupon codes? Yes, so her coupon code is, and I will make sure I get this correct, Anxious Knitter 10. And that is good for 10% off in her Etsy shop, which is the lovingpathyarn.etsy.com, I believe. Of course, I will write it at the bottom and in the show notes that I will write. And that is good to the end of June, so get on over there. Treat yourself, okay? Go buy yourself some delicious yarn, okay? And I'm going to have a sip of tepid tea really quick. Yes, so thank you so much, Debbie. And Debbie has also kindly and very generously offered to donate a prize for this drop spindle along. So I'm probably going to get some fiber for you guys, for you spinners, you spindlers. Yeah, so very exciting stuff. And Debbie is lovely, and I love being able to support a Canadian dyer. It's very exciting for me. Yeah, so that was great. Let's move on to, let me just get up the Ravelry group. Let's actually talk about Getting Nosy. That's not what it's called. It's Get Nosy. I don't know what I just said. I did have a couple questions in the Get Nosy thread on Ravelry. Sarah JL, asked me, she says, so I've become a wee bit obsessed with your podcast since discovering it last night, and I need to know what brand/style are your glasses. I basically need them, lol. Okay. So my glasses are Cam Dillon. Yeah, Cam Dillon. I buy them from a website called clearly.ca, which is, it's a Canadian site, and you can get your glasses for super cheap. I don't buy my glasses at, like, optometrists anymore, which I'm really sorry if you're an optometrist and that offends you, but I just can't afford, I don't have a ton of coverage, so I can't afford these intensive packages, and I've really never had an issue with Clearly contacts. I've gotten glasses for as low as $20 with the prescription lenses included. The thing, what I'm trying to say is that it's amazing. Now, I do know America has a version called Coastal, but I don't know if they carry this particular brand or style. I would like to go for a cat eye, kind of like that basic, like a sort of a large cat eye. And I've always been into big, thick glasses. I love glasses so much. They're part of my identity. So you should go and get yourself some, because I'm like, I might as well be sponsored by Clearly Contacts. The amount of times I tell, like, random strangers, like, oh, I like your glasses. I'm like, yeah, Clearly.ca. You can get glasses for as low as $20 a pair. Whatever. So I hope that helps Sarah. And, Diane Holter, says, hi Joy, just love your podcast. You have inspired me to go out and get a drop spindle. Yes. Of course, I just assumed I would watch a video and become an instant expert. Haha. I feel you there. I don't think I know what I'm doing. Parts of the yarn are really thin and twisty and other parts just poof out. It doesn't feel right. Is there a magic trick to make it work? Or any way you could show up close how you do yours? I really want to learn, but feel like it might just end up in the black hole with the other failed crafts. Thanks in advance, Diane. Okay. I mean, yes, I could show you, but I'm also not an expert. Here, let me just reach over here and get my drop spindle. So, if you look, I mean, you can see my twist is not even, and my thickness is not even. I think, and I could be wrong, it has to do with, like, how much twist your spindle is getting as you spin it. And because I get that too, where like some of it is really thin, and sometimes that's just because I drafted out, like I drafted it much thinner, so obviously there's not going to be as much yarn that's going to twist. And then some of it poofs out because I didn't draft it out enough, or I didn't spin enough, or I moved like up the thing too far, but there wasn't enough energy still in the yarn. I will say that I think a lot of the twisty curliness is going to come out of your yarn once you get it plied onto your nitty knotty and you soak it. Because what you're supposed to do, I gather from the internets, is that you would then wind all of your yarn off of the spindle onto your nitty knotty, soak it, and that will like set the twist in your yarn, so it's not going to be as like kinky and like ready to untwist itself at like any moment. Oh my gosh, Obi. Man, I'm having an allergic reaction to something. I think this room is really dusty and I need to clean it. Well, I do need to clean it. It is a trash pile. But anyway, I could try to film something, but like I don't know that it's going to be great. Kristen of Yarngasm does a really good little tutorial. But yeah, like, this is probably going to be the most uneven yarn ever, which is why I'm never going to knit with it. But, yeah. I can try to show you, I can try and record something maybe next week. If it turns out good, then I'll post it, and if it doesn't, then I will just apologize publicly on the next episode. Was there anything else in that question that I didn't touch on? I really think, like, I am trying to, the other thing I was thinking is I just really am trying to keep the pressure off myself for this, to not make beautiful yarn for my first go at it. Is like, I'm experimenting with different things as I go, so sometimes I don't draft as much, and I double twist the spindle and see what happens. Sometimes I draft out quite a lot, so it's really thin, and like just to see how much the fiber can take. And just sort of like playing with the technique and not worrying too much about how it looks, because I know that for the first time that it's not going to be perfect or even close to it. And also, having seen how this fiber is spinning up, I'm not even in love with the colors as like something I would want to knit with after it's done. It's just sort of fun to see how they twist together. So don't worry about it. Like, if it does not turn out great, so what? Try again. Like, it's never gonna be perfect the first time. Like, don't worry about it. Like, when we do this drop spin along, I am fully anticipating lots of lols from everybody. Just like, this is not how it's supposed to look, is it? So yeah, but I'll see what I can do for you. Okay, so that's the end of everything that is sort of yarny, knitty stuff related. That wasn't a real sentence. So if that's all you came for, that's fine. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time. If not, I have one last segment, which of course is my life, etc. Don't have a lot to talk about, and I'm not going to spend forever chatting about it because I'm watching that time ticking down on my screen, and I'm like, too long. So the only things I'm going to really talk about are Guardians of the Galaxy, which I finally saw yesterday, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It was so good. I'm obviously not going to spoil anything, but if you liked Guardians of the Galaxy 1, I really don't know how you could be disappointed by this one. It was so good. It was so funny, so touching. All the characters, I can't believe how in-depth they got in with all those characters, and it just, like, it was so good, and, like, Rocket Raccoon is everything to me. I liked Rocket Raccoon in the first one, but, like, he jumped to top spot for me in this one. And Yondu was so good. Yondu was a character I was like meh about in the first one, but absolutely loved him in this one. Nebula, really great. Gamora, really great. Drax, really great. It was just so entertaining. It was nice to finally not be disappointed by a fandom. Because y'all know I've been very disappointed lately with fandom. I went over to my parents for dinner on Monday with Luke for my birthday, sort of. I had requested creme brulee for my birthday, so my brother and I celebrated our birthday at the same time, and we just had his cake because creme brulee is much more labor intensive and expensive to make. So my mom just had just the two of us over for dinner and dessert, which was really nice. And it was fun to just hang out and chat and watch TV together. I'm going out with my friend today. We're going thrifting. Who knows? I might find a sweater to unravel. I almost said sweater. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go get Starbucks, and then we're gonna go thrifting, and maybe I will find a sweater to unravel. There's the words that were supposed to come out of my mouth. Oh, and I hung out with another friend of mine this week, which was really nice. I sometimes feel like I spend all this time talking to children and, like, toddlers and only conversing with adults on sort of a professional level, and it's nice to just hang out with friends and not have to, like, censor what I'm saying, basically. But, yeah. I think I'm just gonna leave it there, guys, because I'm falling apart. I'm allergic, my throat hurts. My nose is stuffed up. My ear is plugged. What's happening to me? Anyway, if you would like to find me elsewhere on the internet, you can find me on Ravelry as dabblejoy. And you can find me on Instagram, where I'm the most active, as Rhineland Story. And come and join us in the Ravelry group. I will link to that in the description box below. And, yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week and a wonderful weekend, doing things that make you happy and things that you love, and spending time with people that you care about, or hanging out by yourself if that's something that you need to do. So, yeah, happy knitting, happy living, over